verdicts are reached, before a trial ever begins, there's a quieter kind of contest. It doesn't take place in front of a jury. It happens behind closed doors, in server rooms and document databases. It's called discovery, the legal right to inspect your opponent's evidence. And it's where the future of law is already being rewritten by machines. At the University of California, Berkeley, Professor Chris Hoofnagle teaches law and technology. He specializes in the intersection of data, privacy, and power. And lately, he's been watching artificial intelligence quietly transform how lawyers investigate the truth.
I don't see a near-term future where there is an end-to-end case solution for legal disputes. But when you decompose a legal dispute and say, let's say you have an allegation. Suppose you allege that you've been discriminated against in employment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first stage of that lawsuit would be you explaining why you think you were wronged.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you explain that well enough, you come to a position in the case known as discovery, where the court allows you to inspect the documents of the person who allegedly discriminated against you. And what's happened in the modern world is even simple disputes result in a discovery process where there might be 1 million or 10 million documents.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, your theory might be, I've been discriminated against because of this category that I am in. And so I want to look at all the hiring of everyone like me. And that triggers an inspection of 1 million records. Well, before you can inspect those 1 million records, the employer has to inspect them and make sure that they're appropriate to release and so on. Then you have to inspect them and analyze them and so on. I think a lot of that inspection and analysis will be able to be performed by natural language processing, so not necessarily an LLM,
Okay.
but rather machine learning technologies that can make sense of human language.
What used to take a team of associates months to review can now be completed in hours by a machine that never sleeps. Unlike a traditional search engine, NLP doesn't just find keywords. It interprets intent and flags meaning. But NLP is only one part of the revolution. Another is link analysis, the ability to map relationships through digital trails.
Link analysis.
Link
And
analysis,
so
okay.
it's widely used.
Okay.
Just as an example, the process involves identifying entities. So I am an entity. I am Chris. You are an entity. You are Will.
Mm-hmm.
And the link between us is that we've shared some emails, and we're now talking. So what can be inferred from that? Like many things, are we friends? Do we work together, and so on? And you can look at many different aspects of our relationship. Like, do we talk to each other on the weekends? Do we send each other money? Do we have friends in common or not?
Mm-hmm.
These are all pieces of these are all data that can add up to an investigatory picture.
This is where the revolution goes silent. When a computer decides which documents matter and which don't, how do we know it's right?
Well, I can show the links between this bad actor and these series of outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, showing those links is really hard. Like, that takes a lot of brain power, a lot of work. But machine learning lets you do things like time series analysis of communications.
Mm-hmm.
And you can connect the dots in ways that is just very hard for an investigator.
Discovery used to mean humans reading every line. Now it often means trusting a machine to decide what matters. That shift saves time, but it also raises a harder question. Are we reviewing the evidence or just reviewing the output?
We are on the cusp of a world where so much of that investigation and that organization of knowledge will be done by computers. And so then we're going to have to make sure we know what those computers are doing, so that we're not kind of like bozos, right? Just pushing it into the machine and not understanding what we're getting out of it.
AI may help us uncover the truth faster, but if we don't understand how it found that truth, can we really say we've found justice?